Another lovely example, and certainly at a lovely price point, of Range Rover Sport joins our collection, and as any who follow said collection know, these are in very high demand, certainly when it comes to a trim like this one, a 3-litre SD V6 in HSE Dynamic trim. A 2016 model, so of course the facelift generation, and for what was easily in excess of a £60,000 4x4 when new, well, it's now less than a third of that price, under £20,000, while retaining the option of low deposit financing if you did want to spread out that cost. And for a vehicle which has covered 65,000 miles, which for reference is about 12,000 less than the average for one of these on the market, that is a very good price even without knowing the rest of its spec. Now, it's finished in Chorus Grey, and perhaps most importantly has that full service history to its name, still has its original owner's book pack and 2 keys as well. It was most recently serviced incidentally in April, and its most recent keeper has had the car for 4 years, so clearly they've loved it and it's definitely served them very well. In terms of the spec, being that HSE Dynamic, it has the full-length panoramic glass roof, touchscreen display with Bluetooth integration, voice control navigation, 8-speaker sound system, of course multiple 12-volt power points, USB integration as well, cruise control, of course for the motorway, parking sensors and reverse camera, xenon headlights with LED day runners and LED rear lights as well, dual zone climate control, power opening and closing tail, naturally Isofix anchor points for child seats as well. And to return to the point of being that 3-litre version, there is a reason why that is our most in-demand variant. On the one hand, it means you have a 300 horsepower Range Rover with barely a 6-second 0 to 60 time, so they certainly aren't slow, but a huge amount of pulling power, 700 newtons of torque, which is about 516 foot-pounds. In other words, you can tow basically anything you would ever need to, up to and including potentially an aeroplane, but at the same time you can average up to 40 miles per gallon, and that really is one of the ways that these cars set themselves apart from the outgoing Range Rover Sport. Already they were extremely popular cars in earlier generations. These though are even more efficient, and here's a crucial difference: because they're so much more efficient, incidentally as high as 44 to the gallon on the motorway, which is shockingly good for a vehicle like this, its yearly road tax is also cheaper even than certain older Range Rover Sports at £345 a year. And for those who are perhaps less familiar with this kind of segment, luxury cars, 4x4s, some vehicles these days are literally as high as £800. So that really is quite the difference. If then you were already considering a Range Rover Sport and this one jumps out at you, of course you could reach out regarding it via the email address shown here on screen, or alternately give us a call on 01749 871 155 or via our mobile number of 07482 267 439.